Good, happy Tuesday morning, July 16, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. We have a lot of news this morning, so let's get started. First up, Seacoast outright ACLU demand action after removal of Portsmouth Pride signs in Newington. Signs were removed from private property. The Newington Board of Selectmen is apologizing after signs prompting Portsmouth Pride were removed from private property last month. The town argued that they were technically not permitted, but some people are concerned it was the content of the signs that got them removed. Now, the American Civil Liberties Union of New Hampshire is getting involved. The signs were made by the LGBTQ advocacy group Seacoast Outright and were put up in the days leading up to the June 22 event. The town of Newington removed about 14 of the signs on Nimble Hill Road. Patrick Patterson is on the board of Seacoast Outright. He put a sign in front of his home and got multiple requests from others who also wanted to display one. But they didn't last long. He said he saw town workers removing them from the streets. Patterson says he met with town officials, including town administrator Martha Roy, who told him she directed the signs be removed because of a town ordinance that says only signs with permits are allowed. If not permitted, they can be removed from the right of way. But these neighbors argued that the law doesn't seem to be enforced with any regulatory. The ACLU sent a letter to the town saying removal of the signs violated the First Amendment, adding here the town's ordinance impermissibly discriminates on the basis of content. The chair of the Board of Selectmen said at the meeting Monday night they will review the ordinance. For some at the meeting, the apology wasn't enough. Members of Seacoast Outright are now calling on Roy to resign. Meantime, the ACLU says it wants all signs that were taken to be returned and for the town to cease enforcement of the sign ordinance by July 22nd. The select board members and Roy declined an on-camera interview. Man arrested after being accused of sexually assaulting woman in nursing home. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
Pushed out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
Well, thanks to tips from a WMUR viewer, the man wanted for allegedly sexually assaulting a woman in a Milford nursing home has been arrested. Manchester police say they took Robert Champigny into custody tonight at the Econo Lodge on Hancock Street. Milford police say Champigny groped an 83-year-old woman last month while he was at Crestwood Nursing Home for rehabilitation. Today, a relative of the alleged victim spoke out on how a judge granted her a restraining order against Champigny.
She can't eat. She would shake and her eyes were like bulging out of her head. Traumatized. Totally traumatized, and it really has upset a lot of people in our family.
Crestwood Nursing Home is not commenting.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Traffic detours, road closures set for Sunday's New Hampshire Motor Speedway race. Traffic congestion expected Sunday afternoon, evening. A reminder for Granite Staters already making plans for next weekend. It will be race weekend in Loudon. The influx of NASCAR fans into Loudon will mean extra traffic on Interstate 93 in the southern part of the state. A series of closures and special routes have been set.
Hi, Riley King.
Sorry about that. Have been set up because of Sunday's big race, which begins at 3 p.m. Maximum traffic congestion is expected throughout the late afternoon and early evening. See information on specific traffic control measures for Route 106, Route 9, Route 202, Route 101, I-393, and I-93. I-393 and I-93 corridor. Here's that information for you all. New Hampshire Route 106 corridor. New Hampshire Route 9, U.S. Route 202, and New Hampshire Route 101. And there you go. Custer says conditions at the border are a humanitarian crisis. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
It's a heart-wrenching situation. We have a true humanitarian crisis developing at the border.
Congresswoman Annie Custer says her main concern is with the Border Patrol station in McAllen, Texas.
The situation there is extreme, I would call it inhumane conditions.
She says people are being held in cells that are designed to hold people 24 to 48 hours, but some are there for 40 to 60 days.
These are in cement cells. They cannot lay down or bathing. They hadn't even been able to brush their teeth.
Custer also paid a visit to the border processing facility where she spoke with children and parents. She calls conditions inside the 22,000 square foot warehouse an improvement from the patrol station.
They were being treated with compassion. There were showers, there were laundry facilities, there was clothing, there were hot meals being delivered to them.
But Custer adds more needs to be done.
We talked with Customs and Border Protection about the increased facilities that they would like to have, the increased personnel. Obviously, they're overwhelmed with the situation. We need to get the resources to the border so that these cases can be processed immediately.
Now, last month, Custer voted to approve $4.5 billion in humanitarian assistance. She says it will relieve the overcrowding at the border and provide aid to migrants and refugees.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Celebrating 5th anniversary of Ice Bucket Challenge. Let's take a listen to that video from WCVB Boston.
Demand the most from your local news.
Breaking right now at 11.
Boston's most on, most trusted, most watched local news. WCVB News Center 5, Boston's news leader.
Thank you, Boston. You are our family.
A celebration today in Copley Square.
I'm going to ask you to share your Ice Bucket Challenge from 5 years ago to commemorate the 5-year anniversary.
5 years after the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge went viral, spawning millions of shares on social media and millions of dollars in donations,
Just don't make this just about today.
a call to action to continue moving forward.
Continue to maintain the momentum, not lose the sort of public visibility of this issue that's so important to the cause.
Challenge co-founders Pete Frates and Pat Quinn are living proof of the strides made to improve treatment for the deadly disease, but the goal is to find a cure.
We are lucky enough to be in the best hands, nursing care, but it's a lot, and he's taking every day at a time.
All the people living with ALS and their families, this is for you. Let's find a cure. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Let's get this money in so that we can cross the finish line and rid the earth of this disease.
And just a reminder, so many people have helped. More than 17 million people have drenched themselves in ice water, raising more than $200 million for ALS research and support. Reporting live in Copley Square, Nicole Burley, WCVB.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. U.S. stocks feature edge higher as investors await earnings. U.S. stock index features trickled higher Tuesday morning ahead of earnings report from a slew of major American companies. California hiker who disappeared with small dog found alive, authorities say. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
When I have a child deployed, having a reliable network means everything.
The network more people rely on gives you more. Like a special price for military families and big savings when you switch. That's Verizon.
These are people that hate our country. Hey, John, they hate our country.
President Trump today is sticking by his weekend Twitter.
Okay, sorry about that. We have the wrong video for you there. An experienced hiker who went missing on Friday along with her small dog has been found alive, according to authorities in California. The Ino County Sheriff's Office said Monday that Shirley Powell had been located alive by a ground search team near the Montenegro Springs area. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in just a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.